Jesus delivers a young boy. Here's the last case study. Mark 9, 14 through 29. When they came to the disciples, they saw a great crowd around them and scribes, religious leaders, arguing with them. And immediately all the crowd, when they saw him, Jesus, were greatly amazed, ran up to him and greeted him. And he asked them, what are you arguing about with them? And someone from the crowd answered him, Teacher, I brought my son to you, for he has a spirit that makes him mute. And whenever it seizes him, it throws him down. And he foams and he grinds his teeth and becomes rigid. Do you see this poor boy? So I asked your disciples to cast it out, and they were not able. And he answered them, O faithless generation, how long am I to be with you? How long am I to bear with you? Bring him to me. And they brought the boy to him, and when the spirit saw him, immediately it convulsed the boy, and he fell on the ground and rolled about, foaming at the mouth. And Jesus asked his father, how long has this been happening to him? Jesus knew. He's asking so that those present would know. And he said, from childhood, little boy. Little boy. And it has often cast him into fire and water. Can you imagine being the parent? To destroy him. But if you can do anything, have compassion on us and help us. Jesus said to him, if you can. I love that. It's like, you obviously don't know who you've dialed up for this situation. All things are possible for the one who believes. Immediately, the father of the child cried out and said, I believe, help my unbelief. And when Jesus saw that a crowd came running together, he rebuked the unclean spirit, saying to it, you mute and deaf spirit, I command you, come out of him and never enter him again. And after crying out and convulsing him terribly, it came out, and the boy was like a corpse, so that most of them said, he is dead. But Jesus took him by the hand, lifted him up, and he arose. And when he had entered the house, his disciples asked him privately, why could we not cast it out? And he said to them, this kind cannot be driven out by anything but prayer. Let me just summarize and close. Heartbreaking, amen? Little boy just convulsing and tormented. He is manifesting frequently. You can see the scars on his body. There is a mention of a father. There is no mention of a mother. This might be a single father who is absolutely worn out, exhausted and desperate, trying to keep his son from being killed. As a parent, this is just absolutely worst case scenario. In addition, the father has faith, but he is like some of you. He is worn out. He is weary. And what he says is, I believe, but I am weak in my faith. I am weak in my trust. I am weak in my hope. And here's what he says. And friends, this is a word for you. And it's a good prayer for all of us in those desperate moments, in those dark moments, in those hard moments, in those exhausted moments, in those frustrated moments. I believe, help me in my unbelief. God, I believe in you. I'm bewildered. I'm overwhelmed. I'm frustrated. I'm exhausted. I know you can do it. You haven't showed up. I do trust you. I love you. I'm at the end of me, and I really desperately need you. It's a desperate prayer of an honest father. Thanks for joining me. My name is Pastor Mark. I've been teaching the Bible for more than 3 decades and head on constant collisions with woke culture. And I would love to get you more Bible teaching. 2 things you can do. Go ahead and watch the sermon in total and also subscribe to the channel. And I'll just keep sending you Bible teaching and we'll have a lot more fun together.